This video is on polynomials. We're going to do some geometry applications using polynomials. The first set asks us to find the perimeter of each figure below in terms of x. Perimeter means to add up all the sides. In terms of x means that our answer will still contain the term x. So to find the perimeter, we need to know what all the sides are, and we need to add them up. Perimeter will be to add up all three of these sides on a triangle. So let's write that out. Perimeter will equal to our first side. I'm going to put it in parentheses to keep it grouped together. Negative x squared plus 11x plus 8. We're going to add the next side, which is this side. I'm going to put that in parentheses to keep it grouped together, of 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. Then I'm going to add the third side, so plus parentheses, 4x squared minus x plus 10. Now the operation happening between our sides, or between our terms, is addition. So that means we're not going to multiply the variables, which means we can get rid of the parentheses. We have a positive sign in front of our first set of parentheses, meaning everything inside of this first set will stay the same. So we'll have negative x squared, a positive 11x, and a positive 8. The same happens for the next set because we have a positive in front of it. So we're going to have a positive 2x squared, a positive 5x, and a negative 3. And the same happens for our last set. We keep our positive 4x squared, our negative x, and our positive 10. Now we start combining our like terms. We look for our largest exponent, which we have a 2 as an exponent here, and nothing's higher than an exponent of 2. So I have a negative x squared, a positive 2x squared, and a positive 4x squared. All of those will go together. Then we look for our x's. We have a positive 11x here, a positive 5x here, and a negative x here. Then we look for our constants. We have a positive 8, a negative 3, and a positive 10. So to combine them, we want to combine our like terms. So our perimeter will equal to a negative x squared plus 2x squared plus a 4x squared. So that's negative 1 plus 2, which is 1, plus 4, which is 5. So we have a 5x squared. Then we look at our x's. We have 11x plus 5x minus x. So 11 plus 5 is 16, minus 1 is 15. So plus 15x. Then we look at our constants. 8, positive 8, negative 3, positive 10. 8 minus 3 is 5. 5 plus 10 is 15. So it's going to be a positive 15. So our perimeter is 5x squared plus 15x plus 15 units. We have found the perimeter, and it's still in terms of x because we have x inside of our answer. We always put the units of measure when we're talking about perimeter and area. So we don't have the actual units of measure. We don't know if it's in inches or centimeters, so we use the term units. For question 2, we want to find the perimeter. We have tick marks on our parallelogram here. So one tick mark has 2x squared minus 6x. That means that the other side, which has one tick mark, also is 2x squared minus 6x. The top that has 2 tick marks is going to be the same. It's going to be congruent to the bottom, which also has 2 tick marks. So we have negative 5x squared plus 10x minus 4 on the bottom as well. So the perimeter, we can say that we have 2 of the tops and 2 of the sides. So perimeter here, I'm going to write it as, we have 2 of the sides. So that's 2 of the 2x squared minus 6x. We have 2 of them. So I'm saying 2 times of the left. Plus, because we're going to add up all the sides, we have 2 of the tops. So we have 2 of the negative 5x squared plus 10x minus 4. So let's get rid of the parentheses by distributing the 2's. So our perimeter for right now will be 2 times 2x squared and 2 times negative 6x. That becomes 4x squared minus 12x. Then we have plus, we're going to multiply our 2 into this entire set of parentheses again. So we get plus 2 times negative 5x squared is negative 10x squared. 2 times positive 10x is positive 20x. And 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Now we have no parentheses, and we can combine our like terms. We look for our largest exponent, which is a 2, and there's nothing higher, so we have a 4x squared here and a negative 10x squared here. Then we look for our x's, which we have a negative 12x and a positive 20x. And then we look for our constants, which we have a negative 8. So our perimeter in this case will be a 4x squared minus a 10x squared. That's a negative 6x squared. Then we have a negative 12x plus 20x. So that'll be a positive 8x. Then we have our constant of negative 8. So our perimeter in terms of x is negative 6x squared plus 8x minus 8 units. When we keep it in terms of x, it means that x is still in our answer. Now we're going to find the area of each figure below in terms of x. So in question 3, we actually have 2 pictures here. So we have the area of a triangle on top and also the area of, it looks to be, since both of these sides are the same, it looks to be a square. On question 4, it looks to be we want to find the area of the shaded region. So let's write that out. We want the area of the shaded region, which it looks to be a rectangle with a little piece cut out of it. So let's look at question 3. We have a triangle on top and also a square on the bottom. So we're going to find the area of the individual pieces, and then we will combine the two. So this is a triangle and a square. Because our sides are the same here, 4x minus 6, 4x minus 6, means that this will be a square. So let's find the area of a triangle. Area of a triangle is, area is 1/2 base times height. So we have 1/2 times the base. The base of this triangle is actually the one of the sides of the square, which is 4x minus 6. And times the height of the triangle, which is the, when we have a right angle, that tells us the height. So this is 2x squared. When we distribute, we can distribute any 2 pieces at a time, only 2. So I'll actually multiply this 1/2 into the first set of parentheses. So 1/2 to the 4x and to the negative 6. So I have 1/2 times 4x is 2x, and I'm keeping it in parentheses because I have another set of parentheses later. So I actually keep this in parentheses. So 1/2 times 4x is 2x, and 1/2 times negative 6 is negative 3. And then I still have multiplied by 2x squared. So now I distribute my 2x to everything in the parentheses. I get 2x times 2x squared gives us 4. 2 times 2 is 4. X times x squared is x cubed because we add the exponents. I've multiplied my 2x to everything. Now I'll take my negative 3 and multiply it to everything. Negative 3 times 2x squared is negative 6x squared. This is the area of the triangle. Now we need to find the area of the square. Area of the square can be base times height, length times width, or side squared. I'll just use length times width. So the length in this case is 4x minus 6. And the width is also 4x minus 6. So when we distribute, since we don't have anything in the front, we take this first set of parentheses and multiply to everything in the second set. So I'll take my 4x and multiply it to everything in here. So 4x times 4x and 4x times negative 6. And because we're distributing into both sets of parentheses, all of the parentheses get to go away. So 4x times 4x is 16x squared. And then 4x times negative 6 is negative 24x. Then I will multiply my negative 6 to everything. So negative 6 times 4x and negative 6 times negative 6. Negative 6 times 4x is negative 24x. And negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36. Now to combine our like terms, we will end up with a positive 16x squared. A negative 24 and negative 24 is a negative 48. Be careful when you're combining. And a positive 36. So the area of our square is 16x squared minus 48x plus 36 units squared. Now to find the entire figure, we want to add our two areas together. So we're going to add our triangle plus our square. So we're going to take our triangle, which was 4x cubed minus 6x squared, and we're going to add it to our entire square, which was 16x squared minus 48x plus 36. Now we're going to combine all of our like terms. So the area of the entire figure, we have nothing else that goes with 4x cubed, so we have 4x cubed. We'll look for our x squared. We have a negative 6x squared and a positive 16x squared, which means it's a positive 10x squared. We have only a negative 48x, and we have a positive 36. Nothing else goes with that. So area of the entire figure is 4x cubed plus 10x squared minus 48x plus 36 units squared. Because the area of the square is units squared, and the area of the triangle is units squared. So when we combine them, it's still units squared. Area is always units squared. So we wanted to find the entire picture, so we added the two values together. Once we found the individual areas, we added the areas together. So on this next question, we want the area of the shaded region. But in this case, we have a big rectangle, and then we have another rectangle cut out of it. So we want to take the area of the whole thing, so the big picture on the outside, the area of the whole. We want to subtract the area of what's been cut out, so the area of the unshaded. So it looks to be that we have two rectangles here. So to find the area of the whole thing, which is a rectangle, we're going to do length times width. The length of our whole picture here is x plus 6, and our width is 2x squared. So we're going to multiply this. We get x times 2x squared and 6 times 2x squared. So x times 2x squared is 2x cubed, and then positive 6 times 2x squared is positive 12x squared units squared. That is the area of the entire picture, of the original outside. Then we want to take the area of the unshaded, which is also a rectangle. So this is also length times width. But in this case, we have the length as x minus 3 and the width as x minus 2. So when we distribute this, we have x times x and x times negative 2, which gives us an x squared and a negative 2x. And then we'll distribute to get a negative 3 times x and a negative 3 times negative 2, which is negative 3x, and a positive 6. So to combine this, we get the area of x squared minus 5x plus 6 units squared. So we want to subtract this. We want to make sure that we group things together. So we're going to take the whole area, we're going to subtract the area of the unshaded. So the whole side is 2x cubed plus 12x squared. And we're going to subtract the area of the unshaded, which I'm going to group that as x squared minus 5x plus 6. So now let's rewrite this so that we can combine our like terms. Since we're subtracting, we want to get rid of the parentheses. There is a positive in front of our first set, so everything will stay the same. We'll have a 2x cubed, a positive 12x squared. Since we have a negative in front of the second set, all of the signs will change. So our x squared turns into a negative x squared, our negative 5x turns into a positive 5x, and our 6 turns into a negative 6. Now let's combine our like terms. Our area of the shaded region will be, we have a 2x cubed that goes with nothing else. We have a positive 2x cubed. We have a 12x squared and a negative x squared. That's a positive 11x squared. We have nothing that goes with 5x. We have a positive 5x. And we have nothing that goes with our constant, so that's a negative 6 units squared. So our area of the of the shaded region is 2x cubed plus 11x squared plus 5x minus 6 units squared.